Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. And today there's a lot of anticipation. I can see, I can sense it in all of you because this decision of ours to do this series on oaths, vows, and promises, curses rather, because promises are there in everything, oaths, vows, and curses. And the idea was that we do study about it. We have also tried to master certain, segments of it, but somehow we don't know and understand the undercurrents that are there, which still impact us because certain things just seem a way of life, a fact of life, and a way, that is how everybody does it, etc. Right? So today, uh, starting today, the effort is to break it down individually into three segments of oaths, vows, and curses. Please remember there may be certain overlaps in terms of repetition of content because energetically everything is connected. No, maybe the oaths led to the promises, led to the curses, or vice versa. So you might feel at points that we've heard this already, but remember, if it's coming in your space, again, it is a reminder to us, to all of us, not reminder to us, for us, that this is one aspect that we need to really understand and allow ourselves with awareness to really release it or let it go or work on it or reorient it and reposition it. Okay? So now just take a moment, not to become calm immediately, not to get into meditation mode, just be here in the now, honestly. And in that, just think for a minute. Maybe the start of your day today has been exhausting. Maybe the night was restless. And you might think that there was no reason, but I just couldn't sleep. I was just tossing and turning. Maybe your mind is still racing. Yeah. And maybe a part of you almost didn't join today because you felt emotionally tired and you thought, okay, maybe I won't go today. It may not happen for today's recitation, but probably it has happened in the past. Okay, I won't join today. I'll listen to the recitation, to the recording later. Right? But that's okay. That's okay because today's topic is deeply human. As I said, because today we are talking about oaths, the invisible promises, spoken or unspoken, that have quietly begun shaping our entire lives. And most of the time, we don't even realize we made them, right? Sometimes an oath is formed in one painful moment. A child watches one parent suffer in marriage and silently decides, I will never depend on anyone. It's coming from its understanding, perception of what it sees, and from not immature, but raw wisdom that it is still developing. But according to the child, it may be a wise thought when it says, I will never depend on anyone. Years later, that same person struggles to receive help, struggles with intimacy, feels emotionally lonely, but still insists, I'm fine on my own. You would see this around you a lot of time and a lot of people who go through this. Because what happens is that oath becomes personality, right? Someone grows up constantly criticized. Nothing was enough. Marks weren't enough, effort wasn't enough, their emotions were too much, their needs were inconvenient. Yeah. And somewhere inside, an oath forms. What? I must constantly prove my worth. So even as adults, what do? They overwork, they overgive, they over-explain, they overachieve, and still secretly they feel inadequate. Do we go through this? We do. What has happened over here? The nervous system never relaxes. It's constantly charged. Success comes, but peace never arrives with it. Yeah? Sometimes the oath will sound very noble. I will hold everyone together. I'll always be strong. I'll always be there for you. I won't become weak like them. I will sacrifice for my family. But underneath that strength, there is emotional fatigue, resentment, burnout, and silent loneliness. And many people sitting in spiritual spaces are still carrying these invisible vows inside their bodies. You can see it in relationships also. A person says they want love, but every time someone comes close, they emotionally shut down. Why? Because somewhere an old oath sitting inside you says, never trust fully again. Did we ever think of all these as oaths? No, we never did. But this is what we are doing to ourselves, or this is what we have been continuously doing to ourselves. So what happens? Someone may keep attracting emotionally unavailable partners because you said never trust fully again. Not because they are unlucky, but because there's an inherited belief inside which says love has to be earned through struggle. So Asani say you won't get a partner easily. Someone keeps giving financially to everyone, rescuing everyone, fixing everyone, while secretly they themselves may be drowning, maybe financially drowning, emotionally drowning, socially drowning, just drowning. Because somewhere there is the oath. My value only comes from being needed. And these things, all these oaths and all these forms, they don't just affect the emotions. They affect the body too. Now, if I ask you, how many people carry chronic tension because they made an oath to stay hyper alert? Think about it. Maybe many of us here too. How many stomachs hold anxiety because survival became the default emotional setting? Okay, survival in all forms, financial, emotional, physical, material, social, relationships in every form. You had to survive. How many people cannot sleep properly because the nervous system never received permission to feel safe? You have to be always alert. How many people keep falling sick after years of emotional suppression? You'll meet a lot of people around you and check within you, is your constant need for illness coming from a lot of emotional suppression? So even the asthmas and the digestive problems and even the emotional, the feeling of depression, I won't go into the medical forms of it, depression or just not feeling available or illnesses, fever coming on without reason, etc. All this is happening because of emotional suppression. Even financially, oaths operate quietly. How? My favorite word, how. A person grows up hearing money creates problems. Rich people become arrogant and selfish, or rich people are arrogant and selfish. We are not those people who live comfortably. We have to keep working to achieve what we want. Then later, they sabotage opportunities. Then they feel guilty about receiving abundance. If something comes into their space, they don't know how to receive it and they start feeling guilty about it. Or unconsciously create instability because struggle feels emotionally familiar. That happens. So again, we have to just think. I know it's an overload of things that I'm trying to tell you about oaths. But the idea was that we need to understand that in every field of our lives, we have these, hidden oaths that mushroom when they are supposed to act out. Sometimes the oaths are inherited. They're not spoken directly, but they're absorbed from parents, grandparents, family pain, generational fear, or our conditioning, cultural conditioning in the way we live. Right? Women may have inherited that you have to endure everything silently. And that is a truth. We see it a lot, not only in India, but everywhere in the world. I remember um, my very good friend, she's French, and I'm the godmother of their son. And she used to say that, whenever they'd had an argument, etc., as a couple, and they would say, what can we do? We have to endure it silently. And I was, actually stunned. I said, where is this coming from? Because West is supposed to be very liberating. And they can sort of talk one to one, etc. She says, oh no, Aarti, this is very common. Talk to any of my friends. And I'm talking of in Germany. So I met a few people there, Germans, French, Spanish, British. We kind of had a get together and I said, let's just talk about, this aspect of what all you feel, because how different is it from me in India? And it was. This was one of the constant refrains: endure silently. To keep the marriage working, to keep the relationship working, or whatever else it may be. Men inherited, and I think it is still valid, never show vulnerability. You have to be the strong one. You're the man of the house, right? Families inheriting. Survival matters more than emotional well-being. And then it becomes a way of life, so they think it is their karma and that is what they have to live. And that is why the people living on the streets, the slums, you'll see them very happy because they have to survive every day, but then they are not cribbing in that. They're laughing, they're enjoying, they make merry. In fact, I had once stopped by at one of these places and distributed, some things to them. And of course, they came very hungrily for the stuff, not eatable stuff, items. And I said, look, I think one or two people don't speak Hindi here. So I said, you guys are okay? I mean, don't you feel a sense of not having it? No, we are fine. I said, don't you feel jealous of people living in these houses and, in ACs and all? They said, no, this is fine. This is our karma. We have to have it. So, ठीक है, it's okay as long as our children can go better. हमें तो okay, in Hindi it sounds better. हमें तो जीना ही है, तो हम तो जी लेंगे. बच्चे आगे निकल जाएं, बस वही हमारी खुशी है. That means that we are okay just to survive, but if our children can make a little better life for themselves, we are happy with that. So survival matters more than emotional well-being. And it's not just in the slums or the people who are not so entitled. It's everywhere. And what happens after years for people who have lived like this, men, women, families, etc., people stop questioning these inherited emotional contracts. They simply call it's my nature, it's my luck, it's my personality. And this is where Redikall reminds us that awareness changes everything. Because once you can see the oath, you no longer have to unconsciously obey it. Yeah? So today is not about blaming ourselves for surviving, because remember, there was a brilliance in these oaths also. These oaths once protected us. They helped us cope. They helped us belong. They helped us emotionally survive environments we did not know how to process. Yeah? But remember, this is the brilliance, but survival identities, eventually they become prisons. And then you can't get out of it. And then your nervous system gets affected, your body gets affected, your mind gets affected, your relationships get affected, you get affected. And that's it. And healing begins the moment we gently ask, is this still true for me? Do I still need this emotional contract? Who would I become without this invisible vow? Who will I become? That question alone can begin changing your life. So if we ask ourselves, who would I become without this invisible vow? So that will change, start the change in your life. So today, we are not forcing healing. We are simply becoming honest enough to notice what has been silently running inside us. And maybe for the first time, we can begin loosening these invisible promises with compassion instead of shame. Yeah. So first I'm going to guide you through it, then we will go into the recitation. So close your eyes gently, all of us. Take one slow, deep breath in and exhale slowly. Again, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And as you're breathing in and breathing out, notice where you are holding effort in your physical body, in the jaws, shoulders, chest, stomach. Yeah. Keep breathing in, breathing out. Because so many people have been carrying invisible emotional pressure for years without realizing it. The pressure to survive, pressure to succeed, pressure to stay strong, pressure to not disappoint others. So take another deep breath and just allow the body to hear this quietly. You do not have to carry everything alone anymore. And allow your body to relax. Feel your face getting softer, your jaws opening out softer, your neck, your shoulders, your body, your spine relaxed. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Return to normal breathing. Invoke your healing masters, healing guides, healing angels, your higher consciousness, radical consciousness, love consciousness, prosperity consciousness, your teachers, mentors, gurus, and guides. Seek their support, seek their understanding, be in gratitude for bringing out the masters for bringing out this topic for you today. Seek their guidance. Seek their partnership to help you be in total awareness from today for all the oaths that you have been storing in your systems and to start letting them go or releasing them or repositioning them as needed as you travel this journey of life, connecting to the eternal consciousness and the prime resource energy. Collect all your personal thoughts wherever they are scattered in the universe. See them entering you, centering you. And when you feel centered, take another deep breath and recite with me or after me. With soul's love, I free myself from invisible promises made in fear and emotional pain. With soul's love, I free myself from invisible promises made in fear and emotional pain. With soul's love, I free myself from invisible promises made in fear and emotional pain. With soul's love, I free myself from inherited beliefs that taught me suffering is normal. With soul's love, I free myself from inherited beliefs that taught me suffering is normal. With soul's love, I free myself from inherited beliefs that taught me suffering is normal. With soul's love, I free myself from emotional survival patterns that no longer serve my life. With soul's love, I free myself from emotional survival patterns that no longer serve my life. With soul's love, I free myself from emotional survival patterns that no longer serve my life. With soul's love, I forgive myself for the ways I protected my heart when I did not know how to feel safe. With soul's love, I forgive myself for the ways I protected my heart when I did not know how to feel safe. With soul's love, I forgive myself for the ways I protected my heart when I did not know how to feel safe. With soul's love, I forgive myself for becoming emotionally guarded after experiences of hurt and betrayal. With soul's love, I forgive myself for becoming emotionally guarded after experiences of hurt and betrayal. With soul's love, I forgive myself for becoming emotionally guarded after experiences of hurt and betrayal. With soul's love, I forgive myself for carrying responsibilities that exhausted my mind, body, and spirit. With soul's love, I forgive myself for carrying responsibilities that exhausted my mind, body, and spirit. With soul's love, I forgive myself for carrying responsibilities that exhausted my mind, body, and spirit. With soul's love, I forgive others whose pain unconsciously shaped the fears I inherited. With soul's love, I forgive others whose pain unconsciously shaped the fears I inherited. With soul's love, I forgive others whose pain unconsciously shaped the fears I inherited. Take a deep breath and now recite with me. With soul's love, I awaken to the hidden vows influencing my relationships and emotional choices. With soul's love, I awaken to the hidden vows influencing my relationships and emotional choices. With soul's love, I awaken to the hidden vows influencing my relationships and emotional choices. With soul's love, I awaken to the ways fear has disguised itself as control, perfection, overthinking, and emotional distance. With soul's love, I awaken to the ways fear has disguised itself as control, perfection, overthinking, and emotional distance. With soul's love, I awaken to the impact old oaths have had on my health, my peace, my finances, and my self-worth. With soul's love, I awaken to the impact old oaths have had on my health, my peace, my finances, and my self-worth. With soul's love, I awaken to the impact old oaths have had on my health, my peace, my finances, and my self-worth. With soul's love, I awaken to the possibility that life does not have to feel like constant emotional survival. With soul's love, I awaken to the possibility that life does not have to feel like constant emotional survival. With soul's love, I awaken to the possibility that life does not have to feel like a constant emotional survival. With soul's love, take a deep breath again to absorb these messages that you awaken in yourself. And now, another deep breath to say, with soul's love, I accept and embrace healthier ways of loving and receiving love. With soul's love, I accept and embrace healthier ways of loving and receiving love. With soul's love, I accept and embrace healthier ways of loving and receiving love. With soul's love, I accept and embrace rest without guilt. With soul's love, I accept and embrace rest without guilt. With soul's love, I accept and embrace rest without guilt. With soul's love, I accept and embrace emotional honesty without shame. With soul's love, I accept and embrace emotional honesty without shame. With soul's love, I accept and embrace emotional honesty without shame. With soul's love, I accept and embrace the possibility of safety, softness, and stability in my life. With soul's love, I accept and embrace the possibility of safety, softness, and stability in my life. With soul's love, I accept and embrace the possibility of safety, softness, and stability in my life. Take another deep breath. And now recite with me, feeling these statements that we recite now, entering every part of your mind, body, and soul. With soul's love, I free myself from inherited scarcity consciousness and the fear around abundance. With soul's love, I free myself from inherited scarcity consciousness and the fear around abundance. With soul's love, I free myself from inherited scarcity consciousness and fear around abundance. With soul's love, I forgive myself for believing I had to struggle to deserve happiness. With soul's love, I forgive myself for believing I had to struggle to deserve happiness. With soul's love, I forgive myself for believing I had to struggle to deserve happiness. With soul's love, I awaken to my right to exist without constant pressure and emotional armor. With soul's love, I awaken to my right to exist without constant pressure and emotional armor. With soul's love, I awaken to my right to exist without constant pressure and emotional armor. With soul's love, I accept and embrace a new relationship with myself, my body, my emotions, and life itself. With soul's love, I accept and embrace a new relationship with myself, my body, my emotions, and life itself. With soul's love, I accept and embrace a new relationship with myself, my body, my emotions, and life itself. Take a slow breath in and exhale slowly. Again, breathe in, creating space inside yourself, and breathe out, releasing all balance, emotional weight. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And now just notice. Awareness is itself already shifting something inside you. Because once an invisible oath becomes visible, its grip begins to weaken. So breathe in, breathe out, create the space inside you, and release the emotional weight. And what is radical consciousness guiding us today? Just think about it gently. How much of your life has been shaped by promises you never consciously realized you were keeping? The oath to stay strong no matter what, the oath to never trust again, the oath to never need anyone, the oath to overachieve, the oath to keep everyone happy, the oath to emotionally disappear to avoid conflict, the oath to struggle because struggle felt familiar. And then slowly, life began organizing itself around these oaths. Relationships became difficult, body becomes tired, the mind becomes anxious, joy felt unsafe, receiving from others felt uncomfortable, and rest felt or still feels undeserved. Not because you are broken, but because the mind, body adapted around old emotional contracts. And radical, what it offers is not emotional performance. It offers you the opportunity to recognize and with awareness. Because healing does not begin when we become perfectly spiritual. Healing begins the moment we honestly say, I see what I've been carrying. I understand why I became this way. And maybe I no longer need to continue this contract with pain. This is where freedom quietly begins. Not in forcing positivity, not in forcing pain, not in pretending everything is healed, but in awareness, in compassion, in choosing differently. How? Choosing softer thoughts, healthier boundaries, safer love, rest without guilt, abundance without fear, truth without emotional punishment. And over time, the same you who lived entirely through survival will begin to live through consciousness. That is the shift. That is the work that you have to do with yourselves. And that is what radical consciousness is asking you to follow. Take another deep breath and be in gratitude to radical consciousness, to Atman, to all of you for being here, to the whole energy that we are there to, in that collective consciousness. Gratitude to the masters for making this happen today. Gratitude to yourself for allowing yourselves to be here today. Take another deep breath and just recite the mantra of the day. You can say it loudly to yourself also. I lovingly release the invisible oaths created through fear, pain, inheritance, and survival. I lovingly release the invisible oaths created through fear, pain, inheritance, and survival. I now choose awareness, freedom, softness, truth, and conscious living. I now choose awareness, freedom, softness, truth, and conscious living. Absorb this mantra for yourself and see all the affirmations and the learnings entering every cell, every fiber, every muscle, every tissue, every organ, every system of your body, every chakra of your body. Feel the lightness, feel the understanding, feel the awareness settling into you. Feel the rise in your vibrations and your frequency. See it being aligned completely to your body. And when you are completely synchronized, Take another deep breath, rub your palms together, massage your scalp, your eyes, cup your eyes, massage your face, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your body, your legs, your feet. Connect to Mother Earth, feel yourself grounded, and feel yourself from the grounded point to the crown chakra in perfect alignment. And you can open your eyes. Take your time. Thank you. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. So many hearts. I'm blessed today. Maybe that's why.
Thank you, Arti.
Thank you, Sharon. I'm so happy you're here. I hope it was a big help for all of us to understand.
Super help. Thank you so much. Same thing repeated last time, the same oath and vow which I've been working on, but the clarity wasn't there. But thanks to you, the awareness and the clarity is showing up more and more. So thank you so much. And I'm so glad, although I'm in a noisy restaurant, I still managed to attend this.
Wow. So don't thank me, thank the masters for making it happen for all of us, you know.
Yes, thank you so much, Master.
Yeah. Any other thoughts, feelings, emotions, anything else that happened to anyone, you know? Yeah, Sagri, yeah.
I just wanted to thank you for all the examples you gave,
Okay.
because often we don't recognize, the ways in which the oaths can work on us.
Yes.
And I remember, long ago feeling very helpless and choiceless. But then when I came across this oaths, vows, and promises, I realized the helplessness stemmed because of some oath or vow or promise.
Okay.
So when I started working on myself, I found that it all lifted very beautifully.
Right.
So I find that helplessness comes because we have said we will do something and we are now choosing something different.
Yeah.
And so that creates, what shall I say, a confusion. And and when we start changing, of course, there will be some reaction from people. But I notice that if I keep my tone and my heart aligned and choose for myself, after some time, people begin to accept us. And these difficult situations don't then show up where we have to, even if there is an oath going, once you've cleared it using any method, and then I find it's very important not to be very defensive. Oftentimes we're very defensive when we try to talk to people, initially. So clearing ourselves and then doing it, I find, makes a huge difference. And that it made a huge difference in my life. I just wanted to share that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sagri. And that is true because, once again, it's all about awareness. Once we bring that in our lives. So, can this group decide to make awareness its mantra? Because that is what it is all about. All these recitations that we do to each other, all the understandings, all the Fulsome Fridays, everything is directed only in one direction, and that is awareness. Okay? Because awareness is again there, sitting at the fulcrum. Your higher consciousness is what? It's awareness. So, and yeah, we have been always knowing about oaths, vows, and curses, and we have been doing our fives, we have been doing, maybe solve, dissolve, etc., many other forms, transform, transcend, accept, embrace, acknowledge, etc. But the moment we become aware of these little examples, which otherwise would not have struck us, that, oh, really? Is this also something, that is an oath? Because we don't understand what oath actually is, right? Similarly for vows, similarly for curses. And I said earlier, there might be overlaps because content-wise, they're all synced together, no? Oaths, vows, and curses. And I won't talk of promises because promises happens in all the oaths, vows, and curses. All right. So yeah, so I'll just read what all. Oh wow, the chat is overwhelming. So Sharon says, okay. Yamini says, thank you, Yamini, thank you, Shivadya, thank you, Seema, thank you, Anna. Pratiksha, very soothing recitation. Heart is feeling lighter. Neha says, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Suman. Thank you so much. Snigdha, I slept off, ma'am. It was very nice. Thank you so much. I realized that my body isn't able to completely align to abundance and ease. The misalignment is sitting within the body so strongly that I am unable to completely let go of suffering and embrace ease. So, Snigdha, now enough reasons for you to work on it with the oaths, because there are silent oaths sitting somewhere. Nidhu says, ma'am, I'm realizing my entire life till now was based on my oaths, unconsciously seeing my mother, and I'm strongly feeling it. Okay, I won't say fabulous, Midhu. I'm saying fabulous for the awareness. Okay, I'm so glad that this has come into your space. So yeah, now you can go back to this recitation and keep listening to it. Silently every night. You don't have to listen to the content, just the recitation part, and then see how it works for you over the coming days also, because you may release a lot of things. Yeah. Uh, Pooja says thank you. Usha says thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, Bina.
Thank you, Aarti.
Yeah, thank you.
I was having my breakfast. I couldn't concentrate properly. I'll refer to the recording. Act as per the situation that I'm into. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Bina. Yeah, you listen to the whole
Yeah,
recording.
have a
It
great
will be a
day.
big help. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Anyone else would like to share something? Okay. So before you people leave, I am genuinely asking you, tell me what is the Fulsome Friday topic you want for tomorrow, and I can work on it. Please. Okay. It's important because sometimes I also need a break. I need topics from you. Just give me 4 or 5 topics in the group and let's see. Maybe if something resonates, I'll pick up from there and then we'll work on it tomorrow. Okay? Thank you. All the best. Have a great day. See you tomorrow for Fulsome Friday. Bye bye.